Greetings, great to be with you once again and to be sharing around the Word and sharing some thoughts today with you. I hope you're doing well. I hope that you're surviving and thriving in this season of pandemic, however that's looking for you. But I just wanted to share some thoughts this morning, prompted out of the scripture in John chapter 13, verse 35, and it reads this way: "Your love for one another will prove to the world that you are my disciples." And I find this fascinating because sandwiched between the betrayal and denial that Jesus experiences at the hand of Judas and Peter is this saying that our love for each other will prove our discipleship. It's not our love for the world that proves our discipleship. It's our love for our fellow Christians that proves our discipleship. And the most loving thing that Jesus can actually do for Judas is to call him out even before he betrays. He knows what he's going to do, but he gives him an opportunity to change and not do what Jesus knows he's going to do. And it's the same for Peter. The most loving thing that Jesus can do for Peter is to call him out even before he denies and give him an opportunity to change. And I just wonder, maybe for you and I, is there something that Jesus is calling out in us, giving us an opportunity to change in before we go down a wrong path? And how we treat other Christians is what will prove to the world that we love Jesus. And so Jesus had to deal with betrayal and denial, and so do you and I. And you know that our response to those things actually then is how we prove to the world that we love Christ. Judas found himself confronted by Jesus. Peter found himself confronted by Jesus. And Judas kept going down the path that led to destruction, sadly. But Peter ultimately changed his ways, thankfully. And the question then for you and I is, are we the sort of disciples that are going to respond to Jesus when he calls us out on things? And what is that thing that he's calling us out on? What is the opportunity to change that we are finding ourselves faced with even today as a disciple of Jesus? And as I relate to the book Reappearing Church, which we're continuing to work through, up to chapter 11 at this particular point in time. And chapter 11 is entitled Repatterning for Renewal. And in the book, the author, Mark Sayers, says that patterns, the inputs, habits, and rituals that shape our personal life architecture determine the health of our life system. And it doesn't matter what sort of church world or experience or life that we have, if the people in our church lack the emotional resilience to receive gentle instruction, then it's going to be difficult for any church to function healthy and well. And so the emotional resilience needed to respond as a disciple is actually pretty real and challenging. C.S. Lewis, in the book Mere Christianity, which I'm reading at the moment, and I'm sort of only in the first couple of chapters, but really enjoying it. He's talking about the law of human nature, and he makes this statement. He says, "To this very day, we have failed to practice ourselves the kind of behavior that we expect from other people." And sometimes I just wonder if, as Christians, we expect other Christians to behave towards us in a way that we're not willing to behave towards them. And so it becomes very difficult to actually prove that we are disciples of Jesus if we're actually only going to be responsive rather than proactive. Jesus was the ultimate proactive discipler and disciple maker. Jesus showed us how to live in the face of betrayal and denial. He responded on the cross by saying, "Forgive them, Lord, they do not know what they do." And are you and I able to have that same kind of response? Because that's what's going to show the world, prove to the world that we love Jesus, is how we respond to our fellow Christians when we get betrayed, when denial comes our way. So I want to exhort you and encourage you today, be the sort of Christian that's going to prove to the world that it's worthwhile walking with Jesus. God bless you. Have a fantastic week, and we'll check in with you again real soon. Bye for now.